Well, I messed up because I...
You sure you didn't fuck up?
Whatever, it's staying in. Because I meant to pause the recording and I stopped it. So this is part two of Tony Cruz on the Obviously Complicated podcast. Well, the first part we pretty much exclusively talked about the comedy scene and all that stuff and kind of
just gossiping, you know.
Yes, gossiping.
Yeah, just gossip.
Hot goss.
Dishing tea.
The old
Ain't
sipping.
that the funnest thing to do? Like, is just sit around and just talk about comedians you don't like. It's so fun. It's so fun. It's almost better than doing drugs. You know? It's like, I'm just gonna talk about people I don't like and how I hope they die. So yeah,
it's perfectly petty. It's
I don't consider myself a very petty person, but I can be a little when it comes to comedy.
Everybody can be.
Well, so let's talk about No Offense for a little bit. I'm excited for that, right?
Dude, I'm excited, bro.
This is going to be the first time I've had you on.
For one, this is a big deal because for me it is because I told you outside earlier. I mean, besides the green room, this is the first club that I'm doing near
like a paid spot
downtown. So this is a big deal for me because it's just, man, it's been so hard to get booked in clubs for me. I don't know if it's just my style or what, or the fact that I headbutted somebody or whatever, but it's been hard to get booked, man. But it's awesome.
Come here.
He's chilling. He's cool. But it's I appreciate this, really. It's going to be a good time.
Well, you've booked me 3 times now, at least. Yeah. And I
appreciate you coming out and doing them, man.
Yeah, of course,
You've always showed up and did great.
Yeah, I always try to show up, bring my A game whenever somebody books me. Dick Grayson's just, has to show his butthole at least once.
Little hand.
So I was like thinking, all right, because I had Alden on it, and I booked Eddie and Kylie.
Yeah.
Because they're friends of mine, and also they're funny and they're cool. They're nice, professional, cool, funny people. And I was like, all right, I feel like there's somebody that I need to put on here that I haven't booked yet. And I was like thinking about it, and I was like, it's motherfucking Tony Cruz, dude.
Yeah, dude.
And I was like, I was excited for the prospect of having you on because all the comics that are on have some dark stuff.
Yeah. But you've heard me, and I'm super dark.
Yeah, well, and we bonded over the style and the material that we do.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I try to at least have one person on there that is gonna give me a run for my money as far as dark stuff goes. And I was like, Tony will give me a run for my money. He'll bring the darkness.
Oh, dude, I got some darkness.
Yeah. So I was like real excited about it, and Caleb's helping co-produce this one because he has money and I do not. So we're gonna actually try to pack out the room and everything. I mean, obviously I try to do that every time, but it's real boots on the ground, handing out
resources.
handing out a lot of flyers, trying to talk to people, not a lot of money for advertising. I always pay for Instagram ads, but
do you find that because you're in the producing side of with this show?
Yeah.
Do you find that if it's it helps when the comedians that you book also promote?
Yeah, for sure it helps.
Yeah.
And usually I try to get a co-headliner that has a bit of a following, has a bit of a name and a reputation around town, at least, if not,
Because I remember I went to the show when you had Lemaire Lee on.
Yeah.
And dude, that motherfucker you had a bunch of people there, and it was a badass show. I remember just sitting there hanging out for that, dude. It was like, holy shit, man.
Well, I gave this guy.
Oh, is that the tattoo?
Okay, Pants. Pants is this guy who I did a show with years and years and years ago back in Philadelphia.
Did he open?
He was a guest spot right after the host.
Yeah.
And he had a great he absolutely killed. He brought like 18 people
Yeah.
They were
from
in
like
town
it was
for
like
a
this art
tattoo
convention or whatever, and he was like, I'm doing 5 minutes on this guest spot of the show. All you guys should come out. He brought like 18 people. They were great audience members.
They stayed for the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, they stayed for the whole thing. He stayed for the whole thing. We all went and got drinks afterwards. It was really cool. And you know, I have a handful of friends that come out and support pretty much every time. And then we have, you know, just like regulars from Roscoe's, and then walk-ins, and then, you know, I try to bark people in and stuff. So I mean, I usually have around 25 to 30 tickets on every show, just based on me and Roscoe's and all those factors. But that one, I think we had 56 audience members, not including the 4 comps or something. So that was a packed room.
Yeah, dude.
You know, that was a great turnout. It's probably the best turnout I've had. I was close when I had Hans Kim as the co-headliner. That helped a lot. Hans, just because he's Hans, you know, people showed up. So yeah, no, that was a lot of fun, and it's hard to tell. Sometimes I'll even start off my set like, I think it was in between there, like the one with the mayor and the most recent one, that I had wet shoes because I was in the semi-rain barking for hours before the show.
Was that before you got? That was before you got any shoes too.
Yeah.
They had like holes and real wet.
And I just opened up my set with like, guys, I have wet feet right now. How many people in the audience came because I handed you a flyer tonight? And it was crickets. And I was like, so I have wet feet for no fucking reason. Holy shit.
Dude, I found that fucking flyers, handing them out, unless you're like on 6th Street, like where like Maggie Mae's or Mothership or something like that, it's hard to get people to fucking come just handing out flyers.
I don't do it on the street.
Yeah.
I go into bars.
Okay, that's smart.
I'll do it right on East 6th and East 7th, right near where Roscoe's is. And I'll walk into a bar and I'll just go up to tables like, hey, can I talk to you guys for like 30 seconds? You know, do you like stand-up comedy?
Something to do in like an hour.
Yeah, you're looking for something to do in an hour or two, like,
Smart.
because for whatever reason on the street nobody wants to talk to you. As soon as you
you're
go
a
into a
crazy
bar
person.
and they're like sitting down, then they're like, yeah, they're like super into it.
You never had like the bars like complain or be like, hey dude, you can't come in here and bark, like, you know, promote your shit.
There's been a couple times where dudes have been like, no, because you're
That's
taking
mostly
business.
for putting flyers up though.
Putting
We
flyers
try to-
up or leaving flyers
That's
out.
weird because like some places are like, oh yeah, we got a bulletin board right over here, and then some places are like what is it? Maybe I shouldn't call it out, but there was one place where it was like, you're actually taking business away. We've had a couple places where they're like, you're stealing business from us. You're actually, this is not cool. This is like direct competition, and you shouldn't even ask. And it's like, okay, but like the bar right next to you guys was like,
Super cool.
hey, cool. Put them up wherever.
Yeah.
Like it's not
actually has
like
people in it.
yeah,
Cool.
like what?
And you're struggling.
Why are you being
ass
a jerk
little
right now?
pussy ass 5 people in here.
Yeah,
You're afraid I'm gonna take your 5 patrons in here, like, dude.
Yeah.
No wonder nobody's in this motherfucker because your attitude.
Yeah,
Fuck
you
you.
guys suck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
But
oh
it's
my god.
usually not like that.
Mhm.
And I personally have never had anybody bother me when I went into a place to bark.
There was one place when I was barking for, I think it was the Blind Side show with Ben Williams. It was like a restaurant. It was not like a bar. And I think, but
Was it
I
like
just
the Iron
went
Cactus?
in. Huh?
Was it the Iron Cactus?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. Yes.
Yeah.
And I just went inside and
Because they're
going
kind
up.
of cunty there.
Well, I just started going up to tables, and like before I knew it, there was like a manager behind me following me, and I ignored him, and I just kept talking to tables and handing out flyers, until I ran out of flyers, and then I turned around and he was like, excuse me. I was like, oh, hey man, have a good day, and I just walked out.
That's funny.
I just handed out as many flyers as I could. And then he was
Like,
like,
they just followed you around and
excuse-
let you do that.
Yeah, for like 4 tables, he just like was behind me, hovering. Like, thought maybe if he intervened, it would get worse or something. And I just handed out all the flyers and was like, "Cool, hope to see you guys." And then I turned around and he was like, "Excuse me, sir." And I was like, "Oh, hey, man, have a good day," and just walked out.
Nice. Yeah, they're cunty there.
Well, I thought it was funny.
I wish the mothership would just buy that spot
Yeah,
and just extend on it.
yeah,
Yeah.
that would be cool.
Okay, cool.
'Cause
You
then-
could
you
have,
hear
they
that
could
he's
have a little,
Because then it could be a comedian name.
yeah.
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 Well, and you hear that he's or Rogan's thinking about expanding and starting a mothership in Denver, and
Okay. I heard they're doing another location here too.
yeah,
Another
second location
location
here
here?
and a location in Denver, I think. So
Got
they're
it.
gonna do like one up north near Cap City, I think, and then one in Denver. So that's interesting.
I wonder if they're going to do the One World Theater because I know he was wanting to do that to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
So the One World Theater, it's west, kind of over there by Westlake and all that. So that'd be a cool location. But if he's going north, that'd be good for me because I'm right now live north. So.
Yeah, yeah.
But Denver makes sense because Denver's a really good scene and there's a lot of stuff going on.
Well, there's only the one committed club in Denver.
Yeah, the works.
There's one.
Comedy
There's
Works, yeah.
one club in Denver.
Yeah.
They need
One?
another
One.
Holy
but
shit.
but the talent in Denver's so good. Like,
Oh, nice.
and Denver's just a badass city.
Yeah.
It's just a
I've
good
never
city.
been.
It's awesome.
I like to go.
Yeah. Well, it's what most major cities
This is where I
have
wanted to move.
have
before I
less
came.
than 4, like less than 5 or less comedy clubs. Like Philly, when I was coming up in Philly, we had 4, and one of them shut down forever because of the pandemic, and one changed owners, and I think they only do an open mic one night a week now.
Oh, so it's not really. A club.
Yeah, so it's not really a club anymore. So you basically just have Helium and Punchline in Philly now.
Dang.
Because was it Yuck Yucks? We had LOL, but that shut down before the pandemic. And then we had the Raven Lounge, and the Raven Lounge is still there. It just only does one comedy open mic a week now. It's not like a place where.
Yeah, why did they? Do you know why they stopped doing the Sunday open mic? I know you didn't sign up very often, but did you hear anything about that? Because they stopped doing the Sunday open mic at the mothership. So.
Oh, I
Period?
thought that was just a hiatus. Yeah, I didn't.
I
realize
thought they
it
were
was
just taking it
period,
off for
yeah.
a little while.
Oh.
So are they just
Just
doing it for a
sounds
little while?
That's what I heard.
Okay.
I heard that
I don't
was
know.
they took it off because
Somewhere in the grapevine.
of Labor Day, and then they just decided to not do it for the rest of September. Is what I thought. But yeah,
They're supposed to be bringing it back though.
that's what I was told. But again, all this stuff is like, how many?
I heard there might have been a roach infestation, but
We run out of regular gossip now. We just got to start some rumors.
make some shit up.
yeah. That's a
I
funny
need to get that
problem.
roach problem under control.
Yeah. Papa Rogues, get it under
Can't
control,
even do a
bro.
fucking comedy show without fucking throwing roaches off me.
Well, I mean, to be fair, this whole city has a roach problem.
Yeah,
But,
that's shit, dude. I just moved like where we moved because where I was at, it was nice. It was right by the lake. I loved it. And then we moved to 8 miles north, which is still fine. It's fine, but dude, we had roaches in my apartment. And
The last one?
No, the one that we just moved into.
Oh,
so
shoot.
before we started moving everything over, we like went to Walmart, got like fucking 2 big old canisters of the bombs.
That should be.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
supposed to do that for you. That's like a tenants' rights thing.
We bombed the shit out of that motherfucker,
Okay.
dude. Like
At least.
we get the, every once in a while you'll see one, we smash them up on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
as soon as we
You
see
have
them,
to.
Right, on
but
site.
Fuck roaches, man. I hate roaches.
You have to, because they're smart, and they'll
I
be
hate-
like, "Oh, they
Are
didn't
they
try to kill
are they
me."
the little ones? Are they
They're
the German
little,
ones?
Yeah, they're the ones. They're the ones.
Those
that,
are.
yeah. That
Those are the
spread.
ones that are really hard to get rid of.
I know.
It's like I see a tree roach outside. You
I
know
ain't
those
worried
big,
about
those
them.
big. Yeah, fine.
It's a water boat.
As long as you're
Yeah.
you're not like on me,
Yeah.
on my person.
Sometimes
like-
they'll fly.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I had one torpedo itself into
It's-
my eyeball.
Into your eyeball.
We were walking up to the apartment, and Dave's
That's
a few
funny.
feet ahead of me because he always is, and I like shriek, and he turns around, and I have just gotten like full speed torpedoed right into my open eye,
Oh.
and then I shriek,
and
I
threw her phone.
swat it. I might have thrown my phone.
She threw her phone.
Oh no, that's a different.
No,
that's
it
a
happened
different,
the same day
oh,
twice.
God damn it!
Oh,
Yeah,
you had two,
that was a
so
rough. Yeah.
two roaches the same day. Holy shit!
I think the other one might have been a beefy moth. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, somebody,
Twice in
these
one
are
day,
hefty
a
bugs,
bug
all right? And I
assaulted
swatted
or
it
scared her.
away from me because in my eyeball, I swatted it down my shirt.
Oh god.
Yeah, so I
So now
shrieked
you're
again. And it's
dead,
like
yeah.
what? The like my eye was red for like 3 days. I was like, if I get an eye infection from this, I'm gonna be so mad. Like I don't want to go to the doctor for this. I don't go to the doctor for shit.
No.
Yeah.
Fuck roaches, man. I don't mind.
Yeah, the German ones are
certain
the
bugs,
worst.
But I don't.
I had an apartment that had them really bad,
Well-
and they came and they treated and it didn't work.
Yeah.
And
We
I
went
was
on a
just like,
little adventure to
yeah.
San Antonio.
Oh my god,
And,
that place!
We stayed at a hotel, or motel.
That
technically.
place, my bank for not giving me my money back. That place for not giving me my money back.
I couldn't
Awful.
sleep because
Bad.
I'd fall asleep.
Bad.
I'd wake up with roaches on my face,
No
was-
shit.
and I'd have to
Disgusting.
it was
It was disgusting.
horrible.
And I talked to him in the morning, and I was like, "When can I speak to the manager? Because this was untenable." And I asked you guys about it last night, and you were like, "It's too late to change rooms." Like, nobody ever gave me my money back. My bank was like, we couldn't find like evidence of whatever. Like, nothing came of it. Every time I think about it, I am so mad because it was like $100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and it was supposed to be like a cute
Almost
little.
spend $100. I
A
can
cute
go to
little
fucking,
like overnight, like staycation, like
Yeah.
hey, let me show you San Antonio. San Antonio's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You got a roach motel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Literally a roach motel. Yeah,
Awful.
it
I was like, I want to report
horrendous.
this place and get them shut down because it was that bad. It was like,
No, roaches will fuck
Not-
you up.
not okay.
I haven't had one in my ear, but I grew up with my siblings because we grew up with roaches, and one of my sisters, she had a roach crawl in her ear, and they had to go and get it. The doctor had to go and get
Take it out.
tweezers and take it out.
ugh.
Because roaches, they crawl.
Yeah, they like to.
Yeah.
Ugh.
They like to get into dark crevices. So your
Yeah,
ear's a
yeah.
dark crevice. It's when they panic, if they're on your face, instead of taking off, they'll just go in your ear.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
have nightmares
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah,
Very
so
specific.
they're a problem, man. I don't like them.
Oh,
But
They'll-
luckily, I
they'll
think
outlive
we
us
got
all.
rid of most of them though, because I haven't seen any
that's
in a
good.
couple days. But like I said, when we see them, we smash the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you have to because otherwise they think that
There's
they're
gonna be
safe.
500 more of them
Yeah.
right away.
They spread so
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, they breed like
There's
crazy.
very few animals.
They're
Like
like Mexicans.
Mexicans are
Literally.
great. Shout out Mexicans.
I like Mexicans. I'm having
We like Mexicans. You can say that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I'm half roach.
I'm half. You're half Mexican?
No, it's
Oh,
no.
She's half German roach.
oh, German? You're half German?
Yeah, yeah. She has a really funny bit about me and her best
Oh,
friend
yeah.
commiserating over.
It wasn't
our,
even like I felt like I needed
our
to make a bit
genocides.
because it was so weird and jarring that
Yeah.
you were just immediately like that with my Jewish best friend.
Well,
and
Polish,
then-
so
and
we
then
both
you-
got
yeah.
genocided.
Yeah, so I had a dumb bit about it. I had a big fight with my best friend about it. And shout out Liza, I love you. It was it was a hacky bit. Like
So
what
that's-
I
I
was
thought
coming
it was
to
funny.
was like I'll just fucking get it out again. Whatever. I'm not anti-Semitic at all. I don't give a shit. But I was like, I was really worried about this because my comic boyfriend was like bringing all this stuff up like right when
Yeah.
they were meeting. But turns out they both have a lot of like intergenerational trauma, and I'm German, so I felt like I couldn't really say anything. But they
Yeah.
got along really well,
Even though I couldn't get.
even
on.
though I couldn't get on that train with them. It was a gas. It's like
It was a
the
gas.
hackiest. It's not
I wasn't on
good.
the train with you. I was putting you on the train.
Yeah.
But,
But it was a gas. It was a
Yeah.
good time. I love that joke. I don't give
Yeah,
a fuck.
we almost were not friends over that bit. We got over it, and she I think we're okay. But she was like, really, like that's like really you're going there. I was like, I know it's stupid. It's like a wordplay joke. It's not even like, it's just a tasteless like shitty. Like it's not worth our friendship. I pretty much stopped doing it because of that. But Also, like, I don't know, like,
I've lost friends over jokes.
You've lost friends over jokes?
I would rather, man, Liza and I have been friends for, like, 26 years.
Hold on, you almost lost a 26-year friend.
Well, I don't know about almost lost, but, like, we fought about it. She was mad.
She's a real comic now.
She was mad. She was real mad. And I was like, I'm really sorry. Like, it's a dumb joke, and it's not anti-Semitic, it's just tasteless and for wordplay, which is a lot of my stuff. Like, I get to, like, I think of a funny phrase, I think of a weird situation, and then it's like, it doesn't really matter what it's about. It's just because I thought of that thing, and I gotta say it.
If you're losing friends over something you say on stage as a joke, good riddance.
I mean, most of it, to be fair, has been.
All right, God damn it.
That's just my opinion. That's
fair.
I agree.
But, like, it's also, I feel like my ability to be like, I can see why that's not cool.
Yeah.
For you.
Yeah.
And I can empathize with that.
You can empathize.
Like, I would rather not lose you as a friend. Like, no, not fuck you. Like, you're my friend. Like, I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to hurt anybody. I want to make people laugh. And if somebody's really important to me, and instead of making them laugh, I'm, like, dredging up, like, terrible trauma for them. Like, that's not, like, I can do better.
Did y'all, okay, so let me ask you guys, did y'all ever have, like, friends growing up that were like, you had to choose me over these people?
Yes.
Yeah, fuck those people.
Not really.
I never did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, to me, I hated that from them type of friends. Like, they were usually like, we were friends, but it was like, oh, we're friends because you're my best gossip buddy, or you're my best, like, you know, shitty friend.
Yeah.
So it's like, if somebody's making you choose this or the other, it's kind of like, I don't know. It's weird.
I've gotten kicked out of entire groups of friends because a dude who didn't like, who'd never even touched a penis other than his own in his life, got very upset that I said it in a joke.
Yeah.
Even though I have, for fun sometimes, touch penises.
You know, so like, even for fun. Even for fun. Not just for getting
raped, you know. Yeah. Cool.
No, I'll do that. No,
that is for you, sir, if you want it.
No, man, it's jokes are meant to be laughed at. Jokes are meant to be critiqued. If they're offensive, then that's one thing. Like if you're just going up there and you're saying faggot, retard, or you know, if you're just up there just being hateful, that's one thing. But if you can tell somebody's using a wordplay, it's like, hold on a minute, it's wordplay. Pay attention to the details. Pay attention to where it's coming from.
Well, and the wild thing is that everybody else in the friends group laughed at the joke. And then this dude got offended. Yeah. And then was like, oh yeah, you probably shouldn't say that. I was like, 3 seconds ago, you guys all thought that was funny. Yeah. You know what I mean?
100%.
And like, I don't know. I've been, you know, making dark and tasteless jokes my whole life. Yeah. What? What did she say? All right, whatever.
I think she's out of toilet paper.
You got a toilet paper?
Just use your sleeves.
Well, and yeah, I've pissed a lot of people off. I can't remember.
He walks in on me when I'm pooping all the time.
Yeah. He hates closed doors. I can't remember who it was that said it, but it was like, you know, like Doug Stanhope or somebody of that level that was like, if you've been like getting kicked out of parties and pissing people off your whole life for jokes, maybe you're a comic. Yeah. I was like, that's me. That's like literally my life
my
fucking
type
story.
Of comic.
Yeah, I mean my whole life.
I like offensive shit.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I like that shit that's like, well, hold on, what did you just say? What did you just say? I love that shit, man, because I feel like that's freedom of speech. I feel like you need those people. You need people to fucking say, to tote the line. Mm-hmm. Because in a world, especially now, where you got fucking Kamala Harris and fucking President Trump, 2 fucking idiots running office, like, dude, like, fuck, somebody needs to call this shit out. Somebody needs to say something.
Yeah, yeah.
Holy shit, man. Did you watch the fucking debate?
No.
You didn't have to. That's the thing. It was so terrible you didn't even have to watch it.
Yeah, I already know what it's
I
going to
saw a
be.
couple
Oh my
clips,
God.
man.
There was
I
no
saw the
audience
highlights. It
for a
was
reason.
not- yeah.
No audience for a reason. Why?
Everybody
Because-
would have been booing.
Exactly.
And maybe shooting.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently they tried to kill him again. There was a second
Oh,
assassination.
yeah, the golf
it's
course.
assassination attempt,
That's
yeah.
pretty pathetic, though. Like, they saw the gun sticking through the fence, man. Like, just pull it back like 6 inches. Like,
I feel like
pull it back 6 inches. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a crazy world we're living in right now. Everything's falling to shit, so it's like might as well just make fun of all of it. The world's gonna end,
agree.
guys. The world's about to end. Just enjoy it, dude. Do the things just you always wanted to do. Take out your 401ks and fucking have fun. Fucking have a good time. Leave that fucking bitch of a husband or bitch of a wife that you're fucking been wanting to leave.
Yeah.
Fucking sleep with your fucking secretary. Have a good time.
Yeah,
Fucking do you.
Quit your job. Get canceled.
Stop doing
leave
chemo.
society. Be
Yeah.
a monkey. Shout out Viagra Boys.
Fuck, man. No, seriously though. Doesn't
We'll
it
send
not
you that
seem like
song.
we live in a weird fucking like universe now? Does it not seem
It's
like we've entered
I don't care for this weird parallel
When do
universe
you guys?
timeline.
When do you feel like?
9/11.
That's
a
what I
good
was
one.
gonna say.
That's a good one.
But why? Like, what
To me,
about
it's
that
COVID.
was like the zenith?
Because
Okay,
they
COVID.
got everyone
That-
to agree
for
with
sure.
the biggest lie.
Spin up.
Because that's how you control people. You get them to agree with you about that a lie is true.
Yeah.
And then even if they find out it's true or they feel like it's like if you just get them like
It
to
happens all the
agree with the lie,
Yeah.
now you got them.
They're in, and it's everything now. Like, you can't. It's not just
Yeah,
mainstream
'cause
media.
COVID was
It's
bullshit.
the alternative.
We all know
it's
that.
the alternative media. It's like the way the algorithm works.
Yeah.
It's like all of it. Like,
What was it for you in 9/11? Because I'm gonna tell you what it was. For
I
me.
remember watching it as a kid. You know, I was like 12
Yeah.
years old or 13 years old when it happened.
like buildings don't just like do.
And I
saw
was
that
just
too.
like, I'm a kid. I mean, I was a smart kid, but like, I was like, you mean to tell me that a plane hit a building, and then an hour and a half later, another plane hit another building, and then they both just fall down at the same time within under 30 seconds? They blew those buildings up,
And then
for
Tower
sure.
7 just.
Yeah, and then also Tower 7 wasn't even hit by, because there was fires on the 14th floor. Get the fuck
And
out
then
of
the
here.
pentagram, they didn't even, they found
Pentagram.
they found a little bit of evidence that it got hit by a plane, but there's no footage that it got hit by a plane. There's literally no footage of the.
Well, they
the
were
pentagram
scrubbed
strip.
all of the footage off of
Yeah.
the face of the internet now.
If we didn't
Yeah.
get flagged for the F-bomb within the first 90 seconds, this is for sure.
Yeah.
If
Well, I'll tell you
anybody's
why.
watching,
I'll tell you why I think COVID's that's when I realized it was all bullshit, because Trump's last year in office, he was promoting the vaccine. He was promoting the vaccine harder than any of the fucking liberals after him.
Yeah, they're like, well, if it's Trump saying it's good, we should pay attention.
And then as soon as Biden gets in, the Republicans hate the vaccine,
yeah.
and now the Democrats are promoting it. So it's
Yeah.
like, hold on. Did y'all forget that Trump was promoting it? He's a Republican.
Less than a year
They did.
ago.
He was like, get the vaccine, get the vaccine, get the vaccine. And as soon as he gets out of office, y'all still kept get the vaccine, but now we hate it all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I never got it because I'm a fucking pussy and I was scared to get it. And I'm like, needles.
I didn't get it because, why are you telling
Yeah.
me to get it so hard?
Exactly.
Well,
Exactly.
I mean,
They-
I
it's
understand
not-
why they're telling
yeah.
you to get it, but I do appreciate that it did not have the time, or it didn't, for whatever reasons, go through the proper, like, research
Well, it was just being
channels
pushed too fast.
that
Yeah.
it that
Yeah.
it
They
normally
shoved it
that it
through.
normally would. With typical vaccines, I feel like a lot of people are like,
It's
"Oh,
usually
this
over.
vaccine's weird and not cool," so like no vaccines.
Well, plus
'Cause
it was
I've
giving
been-
women blood clots. Like, it was killing a lot of women.
Yeah, I had friends
I've been
that
knowing
died from it.
anti-vaxxers since way before COVID. All right.
Yeah. Well,
And I feel like
and
they
I
kind of
had-
bandwagon that shit.
I was considering getting it just so I could
Right.
like start doing comedy and go back to work again and all this stuff. Because I was in Philly where it was like really crazy strict, and like my neighbors
They were never that strict here.
got thrown into prison for domestic terrorism because they walked into a grocery store without vaccine cards. How fucking insane is that? I mean,
so couldn't they just be like, "Hey, don't
Wear a
come in
mask.
here," or yeah, what?
I mean, wear a mask. The mask was like a condom, so like.
yeah, well, like I mean, like any of these things would have been fine, but they had to like they were just being like militant about it.
Yeah.
It's
It was
bad.
like fascism, and they hate when you say that because it was the Democrats.
Because then you're calling them
But
out.
we've been in a fascist, like, all right.
Yeah, we've been doing it
We've
for a while.
been in a police state for like way longer
Yeah,
than most people
since 9/11.
Are willing to. Maybe
The
even before
90s were
that,
like,
but,
well, yeah, potentially longer than that, but the 90s were like the last decade of like real expressive freedom and shit. And then they're like, they're getting too free and wild. Let's, we got to create another Pearl Harbor to make people want to go to war with the Middle East.
9/11.
Yeah.
Hey, TSA, thanks.
And then 9/11, then it went from that to the smartphone.
And
which
the Patriot
changed,
Act, yeah. And it's ramped up slowly over time, and it's just more and more freedoms and more control.
Now they're trying to control some Neuralink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
fucking.
it's like-
It's insane. We're living in a dystopian present. It's not even a dystopian future anymore. I don't know. It's crazy. I don't care for it. So yeah, I think it's very important to make fun of
We need people to get on stage and talk shit.
it. Yeah.
We need people to get on stage and make jokes about this shit.
Be the
And-
change you want.
Exactly. I mean, you gotta have fun. It's don't. We need people not joking just about their dicks.
Not only about their dicks. Oh, we're doing on time. All right. We got like 10 minutes,
Hell yeah.
and then we're gonna have to wrap it up because I gotta go do a show.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm gonna have one more beer. Do we want to do a thing where we talk about? Do you want one too, Stevie?
Oh yeah.
What's on the mind of Stevie? What are we talking about, Stevie?
Oh shoot, dog, man. What are we trying to get into Deep Boys? Or are we trying to do like some fun, goofy stuff?
We should do Deep Boys, actually.
Are we trying to do Deep Boys?
It is our homage to the late great Trevor Moore and his show with Zach Kreger, Newsboys, that doesn't happen anymore because Trevor's dead. He's my favorite comedian of all time.
Ooh, that's a fun one that I would like to do at least real quick.
What?
Is talk about everybody's favorite comedian briefly. Yours is Trevor Moore.
Yeah, he's my favorite for what I like to watch. He's not the most influential comedian on me. I think those can be different things.
Okay.
The most influential comedian for me is Jimmy Carr, by far.
Okay. What about you? You can have two different answers if you want. Or if you need to think about it for a minute, I can start.
Yeah, go ahead.
Or so probably most influential to me as far as like my style goes is Mitch Hedberg.
Cool.
He's one that I watched since I was a little kid, and Dave was saying like I didn't even think I wasn't trying to emulate him really, but I think it's just like way deep down in there. He's like you kind of like writing like Mitch Hedberg a little bit. It's like that is a huge compliment. Oh my god.
Yeah, one of the greatest joke writers of all time.
And like favorite to watch now would probably be a different answer, but like over the course of my life, Bill Hicks.
Okay.
I don't think I have a style that's too much like him, but I loved watching him. I loved how mad he would get and still make it funny.
Yeah.
Fuck me in
I like Carlin for the same reason, but Hicks also because he's like from here and stuff. I felt like a kinship there.
Yeah.
Like I felt like I could relate. Even when I was still like a little white girl, like I don't know.
I want to say Joel Osteen so bad.
Joel Osteen.
Just because he's got his own stadium, I think it's cool. And he sells out every Sunday. That's badass.
Okay.
I know it's a preacher, but anyway, it's not. Let me see. I think Cat Williams is up there for me. Like he's definitely been a big influence, and just seeing what he's done, and just aside from all the way he believes, I think he's a cool guy. I think he's really good on stage.
So aside from him being a Christian, you really like him?
Yeah, aside from him being a fucking weirdo, I like him. And I would say Dane Cook. I like Dane
Most
Cook a lot.
influential on you?
Yeah, he's just somebody that I respect a hell of a lot because
Like to
Okay.
watch?
yeah, well, because he was the one that he blew up through MySpace, and he blew up. He was kind of the first social media comedian.
Yeah.
That took off.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody really took him seriously. People kind of wrote him off, and he kind of was like, "Hey, I can do this with MySpace. I can be a comedian for the people."
Mm-hmm.
And he was a comedian for the people, like for the
he
the
gets
frat bros.
He gets a lot of shit, and I don't think he deserves it.
No, he's a bad motherfucker, man. Like the dude sold out. Now, of course, ADC's another big one because he's the first arena comedian for me. But yeah, I like Cat Williams, Dan Cook. They're both pretty hot there.
Nice.
Hell yeah, which is interesting because you have like more of like Anthony. Anthony the cable guy Jeselnik vibes, you know what I mean? You're like Anthony Jeselnik if he was like a backwoods hick scary motherfucker.
I actually really liked those guys too when I was younger. I'm not gonna lie, I did.
The blue collar guys.
Yeah.
Ron White and all them.
Yeah.
Ron White is a legend.
He is for sure now. If he wasn't, he is now.
Yeah, well, the rest of them I think are fine comedians too, but I always thought he was the funniest of all of them.
Larry the Cable Guy was funny, dude.
Larry the Cable Guy was
that
funny.
motherfucker, he had some dark shit.
Yeah.
Like if you listen to his set, like he was playful, like but his innuendos were dark. He had some pedophilia jokes, he had some rape jokes, he had some good shit, and I was like, hold on a minute, this motherfucker, he's actually saying something with this. It's silly comedy, but Larry the Cable Guy, he's actually a pretty funny motherfucker.
Yeah. I think it's the aesthetic that is what put me on.
To not see beyond that. Yeah. It's easy to get put off by that.
When I grew up, where like everyone's like, "Hey, might be a redneck," and all that shit, and I was just
to me that was hack.
God.
I respect Foxworthy or whatever the fuck, but to me that's like might be a redneck. Like, dude, come on. That's the I love Kojak, Black and Gay.
Yeah.
I love it. Don't get me wrong. I'm a huge I love Kojak. He's a cool dude. I'm a fan of his.
He might be black and gay if.
But the thing is like that formula's already been done.
It's only got so many miles in it.
Yeah. You can't. Tony Pepperoni, fucking hilarious. He kills anywhere.
Fantastic joke writer.
Kill. But when he did that Mamma Mia Papa Pia, that shit only goes so far. Eventually, people want to know who the fuck is this guy.
Yeah.
Can he tell a regular joke? And Tony, he can tell a fucking regular joke. I've seen him kill.
Funny as shit.
He's killed without the character.
Mm-hmm. Well, he was like, I was sick of bombing every week.
I've seen him do like moments where the mask comes down.
Those are my favorite moments. Is when he's like, I was only supposed to do this character for 2 weeks.
I like feel bad for him. I'm like, I know you're like making a joke right now, but that's true also.
No, we've talked to him because we were doing this. We're still doing the documentary on like Kill Tony and the behind the scenes and all that.
Cool.
Undisputed. Shout out to Zach Zorba, the guy that I'm working with on this. We're about to be dropping interviews and clips and stuff on it.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
But we interviewed Tony Pepperoni. After interviewing Tony Pepperoni, me and Zach looked at each other and we're like, is that him? We don't know. Is this guy really that? Is that really him? I don't know. Because he's one of those guys like, you're like, is this all a bit or are you genuinely just this way?
I love having real conversations with him where he's like,
he's good,
hey Dave, good to see you, man. And I'm like, good to see you, Tony. How you doing? He's like, yeah, trying not to fucking kill myself. I'm like, yeah, I get it, dude. I fucking get it. He was like, I have to wear 3 different shirts, 2 different hats, and have several mustaches to make my act work, Dave.
Oh my God.
How's your day going? Like,
one of the last shows I saw him on, like halfway through, his mustache like fell off, so it was just hanging by a corner.
Like a Hitler
He didn't fix it. He didn't take it off. He just let it flap around.
Brilliant.
Shout out Tony Pepperoni, man.
Talking about people that we see having a great future. That's one of those guys.
Let me ask you this:
really
though. Do you think something like Mamma Mia, Papa Pia, all that? Do you think that can be a? Do you think that can go far? Like that's not an arena act.
No, I think you get an hour out of it, and on your second hour you do 5-10 minutes of that, and then you like lose it.
Yeah.
And then after that, I think he can just be him.
Yeah.
I think he's got to do it for the first hour because that's what the momentum of his act is. And then you do an hour of it, because if you do it, if he were to do it every time he did a special or an hour, like toward an hour, people would stop coming to see him because they'd be like, oh, I know what this guy does.
Yeah.
I've seen it already.
I feel like that'd be something if you're like, okay, you find like a place where you're like, this is my club, this is the thing. Like, you know, like if you were to settle in Vegas or something. And it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know, every night is a new crowd.
Yeah.
Then you can do that same shit over and over
Kinda
and
like
over
Carrot
and
Top.
over and over again.
Yeah, Carrot Top.
But maybe he doesn't want to.
No.
I don't think most people
I don't think
want
he
to
wants
do
to.
that.
Yeah, I think he did it to get booked and to not bomb, and because he was just as good of a joker.
It works so
before.
well
It does
that
work.
now it's
Now he's trapped.
stuck.
Yeah. And that's a terrifying thing too, man. You know, like I think about that with my own act, like
I think about that with your act too.
like
What do you like? What do you think? What do you?
because I'm playing a character a little bit on stage. You know what I mean? Like I
Hey,
play.
you're fucked up. What are you talking about, dude? I've hung out with you. You're a fucked up individual, dude.
But he's also
What
he's
you
got
fucking
so much
talking about?
more.
That's you, bro. You're a fucked up motherfucker.
It's my distilled version of myself.
Yeah, that's an amplified version of you, bro. I'm sorry to tell you, but you're a fucked up motherfucker, dude.
Yeah, that is true. Well, but like, I am like actually like a genuinely nice, kind guy.
You're nice. You're
Jeffrey
empathetic.
Dahmer was a nice guy. Yeah, dude. Yeah, he was so nice. He was luring these bad guys back to his hotel, watching movies with him. He was a great guy, dude. Yeah,
That's
man.
fucking amazing.
John Wayne Gacy was a great guy. He even dressed up like a clown. He was
God,
a
you're
great guy.
stop. I sleep in the same bed as this guy. Oh
Yeah,
my
you're
God.
a fucking great guy, dude. You fucking fucked up motherfucker.
You got him.
There's a reason. No, seriously, like you're one of my favorite comedians in Austin. I've told you this always. There's a reason I booked you. Like every time I would produce a show, I would book you on it because there's Jordan Yates. There's a few of you guys where I'm like,
Oh Jesus
I
Christ!
don't know why y'all don't get the respect that I feel like y'all deserve.
Oh,
And
thank
I know, and it's like, dude, there's some guys that are just monsters, and it's like they need more.
That's how I
play.
feel about Alex Olinger.
Yeah.
It was like, why is he
That's how I
not
feel
fucking
about
doing Mothership every goddamn night?
Pat Dean.
Dean? Yeah, Jesus Christ, what a
He's one of my
fucking
favorites
murderer.
in the whole scene. I think
He's one of my favorite comedians, period.
Yeah.
Just period. Not even in the Austin scene, just like period. Dude, he does this thing and he changes it wherever he does it depending on what he's feeling or what set he's doing. We'll just be like, he's having this problem at work, and then he'll just point to somebody in the audience, be like, "You hear about this?" That's brilliant. It's like, yeah, this other day at work, I was having this thing happen. Did you hear about this? Did you already hear about this? It's so fucking good.
Yeah. He does that. He fucks with them.
Yeah, and they're like, what the fuck is he?
Have you listened to his podcast?
Oh my god.
I would recommend.
Ugh.
It's
I'll check it out.
yeah, it's
The Lanalax
Different-
Corporation.
different
Shout
kind of
out the
format.
Lanalax
it's
Corporation.
like
Shout out
almost
Pat
like
Dean.
D&D, like
Okay.
adventure kind of
So
thing.
they kind of do like characters and stuff.
Well, you're you, but different.
Yeah, and the
And
other
you
person
die
who's
every
like
time.
leading you through the
can't
scenario
escape
is just
It's
trying to
gonna happen.
fuck with
You know
you.
you're gonna die.
And they're
by
gonna
the end of
fuck
the
with you the whole
episode.
time. It's great.
You don't know when, you don't know how. It's great. I want to be on it so bad.
Oh my god, I want to be back on it. I want to.
Does he
Yeah.
record a lot of episodes, or is it kind of
Yeah,
like
they put out an episode almost every
Episode a
day.
week, or
Nice.
every day.
Almost every day.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they're insane.
I'll
They,
check it
they
out.
do it like crazy. Well, they're all like 30 to 40 minute episodes.
You probably have
So they
your
probably
own
do like 3 or
something.
4 in a
But still,
night.
if you're doing it every fucking day, that's a 30-minute show, dude. That's fucking, that's badass. That's
Yeah,
dope.
it's wild.
That's a lot of content.
Yeah, they're on like episode 870
I'm
something.
surprised. I'm surprised I'm just not hearing about this. This is cool.
Oh yeah, dude. Fucking check it out,
Yeah.
man.
Recommend.
Real quick, let's do a fast deep boys, and then I gotta go perform.
Hell yeah.
Wait, what time is it? Yeah, we gotta go. What is your biggest regret of committing your life to comedy?
Taking out my 401k.
That's fair.
Well, when you said that earlier, it wasn't.
No questions asked. Taking out my 401k and thinking that I'm going to make money doing comedy. That was my biggest regret.
Yeah.
I wish I would have approached this a little more. Hey, keep your 9 to 5 and do comedy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fair.
yeah.
I think
You risked a lot.
I did. I risked it for the biscuit, honey. I had my midlife crisis early, so yeah.
yeah.
Now I'm figuring it out again. Fuck.
I think my biggest regret. And it's stupid because it's like a requirement to be doing it on the level that I'm doing it in Austin, is moving to fucking Austin.
Yeah.
I do not like this city.
That's your biggest regret?
Of like committing my life to comedy? Yeah.
Because you were in Pennsylvania there.
I was in Philly, yeah.
Philly, yeah.
I love Philly.
Yeah.
Philadelphia is fucking rules. It's cheap. It's dope. There's infrastructure and trains and shit.
If I weren't dating him, I'd tell him to get out of here.
Well, I mean, I wasn't going to be able to do what I'm doing in comedy in Philly, so like I had to sacrifice that. But that's the thing I miss the most. Was being home. Yeah.
How about you?
I mean, honestly, like, there's two things, and one of them is a sort of current / ongoing. The first one is I wish that I had started earlier. I wish that I had realized that this would be something that I could do, that I could actually do, and like maybe be okay at, that might be actually really good for me.
Yeah.
Like, not just, career-wise or whatever, but like, it's made me more outgoing, it's made me more confident, it's made me think more, write more, like, make more friends. It's just been really good for me. Yeah. And I wish that I had realized that there was something like that, because I've always been sort of looking for something like that,
Yeah.
And I've had my fingers in a lot of pies, but, I didn't come to it until I was 31?
Yeah, about to 30.
At least you got a lot of life stories you can joke about. So.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I think I'm boring shit,
still.
but the other one is like it's ongoing. Is like I still, even though I love it and I think that I can do it, I'm like reticent to fully commit myself to it because.
Got you. That makes sense.
Not because I'm scared, because I don't know if it's gonna work, because I'm not, I've always been hesitant to like fully commit myself to anything. Even when I did college, even whatever jobs I've had, I'm like I always got like I've got an out, maybe if I need one, or like I just shift interest or whatever. So I definitely know I should be committing to it more, because it's going well enough for me without me even like committing as hard as I should be. I think if I can make myself get a little deeper into it, I think it'll be potentially really good. But I'm, with that comes like the possibility of like, I throw all my eggs into this basket and then it doesn't work out.
Well, the only way you can fail in comedy is to quit.
Well, I'm not quitting.
And not be funny.
Well, yeah. You gotta be funny, and you gotta keep doing it.
At least the people sitting here think I'm funny, and that's.
If you're not funny, you can be a producer and make it.
Yeah. So a lot more comics should produce.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Produce. Help us.
Help the people that are actually good at it.
Agreed.
Cool. Well, this has been a fucking blast, man. Thank you so much for coming on. We will definitely have you back at some point, but for right now, I have to pee, and then I have to go tell jokes.
Do we need to apprise anybody of any upcoming things? No offense on October
12th. It's my birthday. Tony's going to be there on stage telling dark jokes. I'm headlining. There's a fantastic lineup of a bunch of other comics. Please come out and check that out.
Leave your offended pants at home.
Yes, absolutely. I will also be on the Velveeta Room Halloween show and the Dress to Kill Halloween show. Probably full Joker. So those are going to be fun too.
You got any other things you need to announce?
Well, you said you talked about your documentary.
Yeah. I'm doing the documentary. You just pay attention to that. I don't have anything to announce right now. I'm helping out my buddy Zach, so I'm waiting for him to promote that stuff. My podcast, I release 2 to 3 episodes a week, and it's been going really good. Just had Jason Rouse on, so
nice.
I'm excited to release that episode. Got a few big names that I've got cocked and loaded, ready to let go. So, yeah, guys, just pay attention to my podcast on Tony's Open Mic podcast on Spotify, only on Spotify. Spotify, reach out. I want a Joe Rogan deal.
Yeah.
I need the bread. So I got a great voice, and I'm a great podcaster. This was a great podcast. This was a fucking good time.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Thanks again for coming on, man.
Hell yeah, dude.
Happy to
All right.
have you.
Squad, we will catch you on the flip. Bye.